Hi there. Going to the airport.
The airport, that's fine.
Yeah, let's put it back.
At a young age, Iain McNamara was hit hard by the travel bug.
Over the years, I've been living abroad a few places.
And Dublin, Ireland, can no longer contain him.
It's not the biggest city in the world, so it's limited in terms of maybe possibility of growth.
So he's hightailing it to London, England.
They say when the Queen's knickers are on the flagpole, she's in.
In this town, big city living will either make him...
Do you like it?
...or break him.
Pity about the view.
It'd be good if you were a fan of, like, derelict buildings, but...
Find out when House Hunters International skips across the Irish Sea to London.
Go on, go on, go on, go on! Morning.
Morning, how are you?
Morning, how are you?
I'm
Starving.
very well.
At the moment, I've just moved back to Dublin after living in Mexico City for 2 years to study, to learn Spanish.
After just 3 weeks back home, Iain is already packing for his next adventure.
The time right now is, it's right to go.
Is there more opportunities over there than, say, like in Dublin?
I think there's a lot more opportunity for the young people anyway. I'm actually going to be looking for a job. There seems to be a lot for Spanish speakers in the city, with companies entering Latin American markets and also Spain.
Are you feeling excited or apprehensive?
I'm excited, like, obviously, it's a new challenge, so I'm looking forward to it.
Good.
The mother part of me would love to have him here every day, but he's doing his thing, and that's part of kind of parenting, to make him strong enough and independent that he can stand on his own 2 feet and follow his dreams, and that's what he's doing.
Last point, a bit sad, you know. But
it is kind of poignant. We're going to miss you a small bit. Not an awful lot.
Just a little bit.
We'll miss you.
Don't forget us when you make your first million.
Nor the second.
Or the third. You're going to have a ball, you know that?
Having said goodbye to his friends, Iain is wondering whether his savings will be enough to sustain him.
Within London, you're looking at spending a fair chunk of your wages or salary on rent. I guess if I don't get a job, I move back home. I suppose you could say my dream's at risk, I don't know. Mum, I'm off.
Are you all set?
Yeah.
Okay, all packed?
Yeah, all of it.
I hope everything goes well for you in the move.
Thank you.
Putting it all on the line, Iain heads to London with the hope that he'll find a job to finance his new life. Founded by the Romans 2,000 years ago, London remains one of the world's most visited destinations. As the largest city in Western Europe, it's a global capital of fashion, finance, art, and innovation. The city is divided in half by the River Thames. North London is home to most of the city's cultural landmarks. But on the South Bank is one of London's most up-and-coming neighborhoods, SE1. Once home to outlaws and hedonists, it is now one of the city's most lively zip codes. Having arrived with only a suitcase and a bit of ambition, Iain is making fast plans, and his friend Emma is joining the hunt as his voice of reason.
Him being a typical man, he just wants a second pair of eyes, and obviously a female opinion would have given him more confidence to find the right apartment for him.
I'm Iain. Nice
Hi,
to meet you.
Iain.
This is my friend Emma.
How are you, Emma?
Hi, Emma. Nice to meet you. I'm Mark. So the London market is really competitive. Prices are always high, and it's difficult to find the right property at the right price at the right time. Centrally looking in SE1?
Yeah, SE1 area, kind of central London. My aim is to get a job in the city, so I'd like to be somewhere in proximity to a travel hub there or within walking distance.
Okay. And would you like furnished or unfurnished?
I would ideally like furnished. I don't want to invest too much money in terms of furniture, so I'd like something that maybe came with beds or with maybe some sofas.
And what budget are you working with?
I have a monthly budget of about $2,600. Fantastic if I could get a 2-bed. But I realised that maybe in the city it might be a bit difficult, but that would be the dream.
Well, I think for a 1-bedroom, that's a good budget.
Mark's first priority is to locate Iain's ideal apartment, with the caveat that he'll need to be flexible on other parameters.
If Iain wants a 2-bedroom flat within a short walking distance to public transport, he would have to increase his budget. So Iain and Emma, here we are at the Jam Factory in SE1. SE1 was the original area where the London docks used to be.
So they actually used to make jam here?
Yes, they used to make jam here from 1901, but then it was converted into residential apartments.
Okay.
And how many bedrooms is in there?
I found you a 2-bed, 2-bath, and it's on the 3rd floor, really good light, and it's $2,900. So, shall we go and have a look?
Yeah,
Yes,
sounds great. We go.
brilliant. Thank you.
And this is it.
Great. Excellent. Lovely.
So, here we are.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
It's a big hall.
Gorgeous.
Kitchen, everything. So when we came in, I was really surprised about the size of it. It was pretty big.
This does come furnished. As you can see, it's contemporary style, which goes with the contemporary view of the flat.
Okay.
We've got a kitchen over here. Do you do much cooking?
Yeah, I do like cooking for myself. Just I do a lovely beans on toast. Really nice. I see we have a balcony as well.
Where-
Yeah. Would you like to walk out to the
sure.
balcony?
Yeah. This is amazing.
It seems a little built up around here. Is it noisy a lot, or...?
Well, that's a good point, but if you live in SE1, it is really all built up. You do have a view of the Shard from your balcony.
The new Shard, it's Europe's biggest building. It's really cool just if I'm chilling here some evenings with some friends, just be looking out on the skyline.
It's lovely.
That's really nice. It's really big.
Is it a good sized bed?
It looks pretty good. I'll just test it out and see what it's like. Yeah, it feels pretty good, actually.
Very good. Well, I'm glad
This
you're
is
happy
very
with that. The best thing about this room is that we have an ensuite.
Excelente.
Oh, nice.
As you can see, there's really vibrant glass. Do you like it?
The bathroom, it seems it could be a bit stuffy, poor ventilation, no natural light. For me, being from Ireland, we don't really have that problem. Okay, cool.
Ah,
Oh, wow.
this is lovely.
It's also very big.
Yeah, Ian, I thought this would work very well, because you say you have family visiting from Ireland.
Yeah, like I have my mum and friends are going to visit, definitely.
And me.
Yeah, and Emma.
Right.
Okay.
Tell me, what did you think?
Well, for me, definitely one of the biggest pros is the 2-bed.
For me, the balcony is definitely a pro because it's great for social events in the summer, barbecues.
I have one question. Obviously, are we close by to one of these, like, links?
Well, it's 15 minutes to London Bridge.
Yeah, it's not obviously as close as maybe I would have hoped. I was hoping to maybe within 5 minutes, but it's something I could live with. It is a bit over the budget, but there's so much more to it, I think, with the extra bedroom.
I think Ian was expecting to get a lot more for his money, but as we've been looking around, it is quite difficult to get a good bargain.
This is it.
Mark adjusts his strategy to get Ian exactly what he wants.
This is nice.
Oh, wow, it's very nice.
But at what cost?
It's pity about the view.
You don't get these kind of views back home, so...
Iain McNamara has just arrived from Dublin. And from atop Europe's tallest Ferris wheel, London seems the perfect match for his wide-eyed dreams.
You have Buckingham Palace at your doorstep.
There it is, yeah. They say when the Queen's knickers are on the flagpole, she's in. Yeah, she's in.
But until Ian lands a job, he's living off his savings, and Emma knows her friend could use a little support.
You wouldn't be tempted to come over and join me, no?
Maybe in the future, but not at the moment.
Agent Mark O'Kane scored big with House 1. But Ian is beginning to second-guess moving into an apartment 15 minutes away from the 2.
It's not obviously as close as maybe I would have hoped.
If Ian wants to stick to his budget, he will not be able to find a flat within a 5-minute walk to public transport.
Kind of seems that I was a bit naive in terms of pricing and budgeting, so I might have to stretch my budget a little bit to get what I want.
Mark goes for broke on the next apartment and finds Ian his ideal location.
If that's what he really, really wants, there is a price attached. Is it? So here we are at the Bear Pit on New Globe Walk, Thames is just right at the end of the street, and it's only a 10-minute walk to the city over the Millennium Bridge and only 5 minutes to the nearest station. However, it's $3,400.
Yes, it's a lot of money, but maybe for location you have to pay that extra bit of money.
OK, here we are. If you'd like to go through to the living room, we'll start there.
Perfect.
This is nice.
Oh, wow, it's very nice.
It's pity about the view.
Let's see.
Yeah,
it's not the best view. Emma had a bit of an issue with the view, which I do concur. It was pretty bad, but it's something I could live with it for location. It'd be good if you were a fan of, like, derelict buildings, but...
Well, what do you think of the open plan kitchen living?
Yeah, it's nice. It's what I was kind of looking for, somewhere where if you have guests over, family, friends, you can talk while cooking dinner,
Yeah,
etc.
there's a breakfast bar if you had stools here. So, shall we go and see the rest of the flat?
Sure.
Let's go.
Yeah.
OK.
Well, I was kind of impressed. I had a bit of character, and I thought it was somewhere I could make my own in terms of maybe decorating, and obviously very modern also, too.
So here's the first bedroom.
Oh, lovely. It's lovely and bright.
Yeah, I love the big windows. Lots of storage space, is there?
Yeah, there's built-in storage in
Okay.
both bedrooms. And both bedrooms you'll see are of equal size, because remember, there is only one bathroom in this flat.
Yeah.
Here's the
Oh,
bathroom.
this is lovely.
Oh, wow, it's really nice. Very modern, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's nice and obviously compact like the rest of the house, but it's really, really nice. I like the colour and the kind
Colour
of...
scheme is great, yeah.
I suppose.
Right, so we've seen all the flats. What are your thoughts? Is it a consideration?
Definitely. The location, obviously, is perfect to where I potentially want to work. The
Yeah.
light, I love the natural light comes into the living room and each bedroom, and it's cosy.
It makes such a difference.
Yeah.
But I just think it's too small for the price. And with the view outside, you're paying a lot of money to see a derelict building.
Admittedly, I took you to a property that is over budget, but in your ideal location.
The price is quite substantially higher than my budget, but maybe I was being a bit naive when I made my budget originally.
I showed Iain the bear pit because it was an ideal location for him to walk to work every day. However, if that's what he really, really wants, there is a price attached. Didn't I tell you it was only 1 minute from the station?
With Ian's dream on the line, Mark finds a property right on budget.
Very
Interesting.
spacious and bright.
But Iain will have to make some concessions.
Cool.
Ah.
After living abroad in several countries, Dublin native Iain Mc has landed in London with an eye on economics.
I've been told that the finance sector in London is huge and there's lots of money to be made. It's a great place to be for a guy in his 20s. Whatever you're into, it's all there.
Including London's unique cuisine.
Some jelly eels, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have an El Cockle there. I heard they're really nice here in London.
I'm going to savour them for later.
Would you like some eels? Because look, you know that you like Jello so much.
No, thank you.
You sure?
Yeah.
Go on, go on, go on, go on!
Do it. Be the man that you are.
Adjusting to London's unique flavors and its steep real estate market may take Iain longer than expected.
A lot of apartments here are a lot more expensive than my budget.
But his time is running out.
I suppose if I can't find what I'm looking for, well, what's at stake is that I have to come home.
For $2,600, Iain will be hard-pressed to find a two-bedroom apartment.
My mum and friends are going to visit, definitely. It'd be great to have somewhere else where people can stay instead of staying in hotels. So.
Exactly.
And to score one in his preferred location
Thames is just right at the end of the street.
will certainly break the bank. With no job offers on the table, Iain's friend Emma is trying to keep him grounded.
I just think it's too small for the price.
The price is quite substantially higher than my budget, but maybe I was being a bit naive when I made my budget originally.
It's difficult to find the right property, especially if you want to live in